Hello, my name is Erik Scribner. I am a student in Dr. Downing's Comp 100 class. I am currently studying for my Bachelor's of Science in Sport Management. My hometown is Trooper, Pennsylvania. So the story I'll be reading today is called Surprise. Yeah, Surprise. My family has always been lifelong Eagles fans. In my family, no matter where you're living or what you're doing, you make it home for the Sunday Eagles game. In my younger years, I had the not so bright idea to become a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, as some of my childhood friends were as well. This, I'm sure, is not what my dad was hoping for, but I soon saw the error in my ways and got with the program. I really became aware of how important the Eagles are to my family in 2017 during their historic season. We were watching the Eagles versus Rams game in which Carson Wentz, our star quarterback at the time, was injured. After the injury, I glanced around the family room where we were all watching at my older brothers and my father and saw the look of utter disappointment and sadness on all of their faces. A few weeks later, I saw the opposite end, the joy and happiness brought by Nick Foles when the Eagles defeated the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It was at that moment I became fully enamored. I learned about all the players, tracked all the moves, followed all the hirings and firings, and became a scholar of the tough history of our team. I watched every game, even during the dreaded 2023 season that did not end well for the Birds. Although I was a fan, I knew seeing them in person was far out of the cards until I had a steady job of my own. I didn't grow up poor by any sense of the word, but with the fandom in the Philadelphia area being willing to pay with a kidney or their own kid to see a game live, and with the minimum 30-year wait list for season tickets, I figured I might see a game maybe by the time I retire. Then my luck changed. My father, Harvey, knew the immense love my brother Evan and I hold for the Eagles, and knowing that, he made a Christmas miracle happen. We awoke on Christmas at home for the first time in a couple of years and went through our usual routine of breakfast casserole and presents. Every year, as the youngest, I'm the one who distributes the presents in no particular order, but this year was different. My dad kept telling me to hold off on one labeled for Evan and me, which was unusual for two reasons. We rarely had a specific order of presents, and we almost never had a combined present. At the end of opening gifts, my dad finally let us open the strange one. Inside were two tickets to that day's Eagles game against the Cardinals. Evan and I had no idea it was coming. We had little time to process that we would soon be attending our first Eagles game, as kickoff was only a few hours away and we needed to get ready. On the way there, we got stuck in massive amounts of traffic and spent 45 minutes just trying to find parking. We were, however, able to reach our seats before kickoff. Although the older couple behind us was probably slightly peeved at my brother and me sauntering in right before the game and forming the great Scribner wall. At that point in the season, the Eagles were on a poor streak of losses, four straight, and that night was sadly no different. The game started off electric with energized player introductions and some smash mouth football by the Eagles. The fans thought it was a Christmas miracle. During halftime, riding a wave of good vibes, we had our Christmas dinner of $40 burgers and a water bottle. After halftime, the Eagles held a 15-point lead that was eventually ripped away by a charging Cardinals team. I could only turn to my distraught brother and say, "At least Sirianni might finally get fired." He nodded in solemn response after saying a few choice words about the Eagles head coach I won't repeat here. Sirianni would not be fired. Although the game in that season did not end the way Philadelphians had hoped, it was not nearly as bad as previous Eagles teams. That day was still one of the most enjoyable and memorable Christmases for me, not just because of my fandom of the Eagles, but because the memories I made with Evan and my family as a whole. Thank you for listening to my story. Yeah. My name is Eric Scribner. Thanks for watching.